What's going on, people? Pete from Do Even Blog here, and I want to talk about podcasting specifically for new would-be podcasters, bloggers who have never done that, looking to dabble in podcasting. We're going to talk about that, but first let's get the big elephant out of the room. Why am I wearing sunglasses inside? Is it because I'm trying to be cool? No, it's because these are actually prescription sunglasses, and if I take them off, I can't see a daggone thing, and my real sunglasses are in the car, so that's why I'm doing that. Okay. El Camino a Fi. Since we don't blog, I want to start a podcast to inspire, educate Latinx. It might be Latinx, I don't know. Millennials, so they too can be on the road to Fi. I think it'll be very impactful for my community. Podcasters out there have some startup advice. So I am going to rehash my talk from FinCon this past year, which was actually called, I actually don't remember what it was called, A Dead Simple Podcast Production System for Newbies. That's exactly what it was called, actually. And I want to rehash what I said there. I'm going to talk about two tools, two methods, and one huge takeaway right now. The takeaway up front first. I put it in full screen so you can look at my eyes as I'm talking to you. Don't worry about editing past the minimum threshold. So it doesn't have to be perfect. All your audio quality has to be for a podcast is this bare minimum threshold when you start. You can make it better over time. You can get into advanced limiters, compressors, EQs later on. That's all well and good. Don't get me wrong. Do that stuff later on. But it's going to keep you from starting. If you try and learn all that right off the bat, instead, learn the two things I'm about to tell you, and then just make the content good. Focus on what you are saying rather than exactly what it sounds like. Again, past the minimum threshold. There's a minimum threshold somewhere right about here. You get past that, no one really cares as much. You don't have to be NPR. In fact, I even said this in my talk. You can't out NPR. You just can't do it, so you don't need to try. Focus on the content. Above that minimum threshold of audio quality, you'll be fine to start with. So, that said, here are the two things I really want to show you. Number one is going to be noise reduction. Audacity, somebody else mentioned this, I think it was Eric. Yep, it was Eric. Totally down with the Audacity that he recommends. It is absolutely free. Is it the best audio editing software ever? Absolutely not. I don't use it myself. I find it clunky, but it's so free and it works. You just can't pass it up. It's not worth paying for anything right when you start. Just use Audacity. So the number one thing, I didn't actually write out my notes here. Maybe I can send a PDF that I use for my slides in FinCon. I don't know if FinCon would actually let me do that. You might have to go buy their virtual pass, which I would highly recommend anyways. But indeed, number one, reduce background noise. Reduce background noise, and I'm going to spoil number two for you, level audio, and then ship it to the world. That's it. That's our steps right here, right? There we go. Reduce background noise. What you're going to be able to do in Audacity is use their noise reduction tool. You're going to literally select a little clip of audio where you're not talking that is just background noise, and you're going to hit sample or some button like that. You can find entire tutorials on this. Audacity remove background noise. You need to go here. Look at this. This is exactly what you should read and do. You remove the background noise. I'm not going to talk about it anymore right now, but that's what you do. Remove background noise in Audacity. That's number one. Number two, you level audio, and this is the best thing ever. I searched for it already. Levelator. This is another absolutely free thing. This is the best thing to ever happen to podcasting? Actually, yes. It is. I was going to say no, but actually, yes, it is. It's absolutely free. Here's what it looks like. Levelator. I'm going to open it up on my own computer. There it is. Right there. It even tells you what to do. Drag and drop a WAV file. So you'll remove the background noise. You'll cut, if you want to cut and edit your audio, which maybe you will, maybe you won't, I don't know. And then you'll export it as a .wav file. And then you'll literally just drag the audio up in here. Here's a little snippet. I'm going to drag this up in here on a Levelator. It's going to do some processing. It's going to spit it back out in the same folder. And then you'll drag that back into Audacity, and your levels will be magic. What you want is a very stream like this in terms of volume. You don't want this to be really loud. This will be really soft. That's super difficult to listen to. A podcast, Levelator does everything automatically. It is amazing. After that, focus on the content. You'll figure out the little bitty small technical things as you go along, like what host should I use? I suggest Podbean or Libsyn. How do I get it on iTunes? You'll figure that out. Do some Googling. But once that's done, it's done. You don't have to worry about it anymore. And then you'll do, should I do show notes? What should I include? Oh, I need some podcast cover art. You'll fix those things as you go along. But to get started, focus on the good content. Focus on hitting a minimum threshold of audio quality, which in my opinion is done by the things we just said. Remove the background noise in Audacity, run it through Levelator, ship it. Export as MP3, and go. Ready, set, go. It's not exactly that simple. Of course, I'm oversimplifying things, but in general, I think that's actually a really good starting point for anybody looking to dabble in podcasting. That said, one more pitch for my own stuff. You can always find out more at doyouevenblog.com. Of course, I have an episode with Steve Stewart, which is actually really helpful for podcast editing. You might just have to search Steve Stewart, Do You Even Blog? Hopefully it'll pop right up. And another little pitch, I'm actually interviewing this dude named Ross from Podcast Insights this week. I think it's Wednesday or Thursday is our interview, and that'll be dropping a few weeks from now. And I'm literally going to ask him this question. I'm going to say, for bloggers looking to dabble in podcasting, what do they need to know? And I'm going to write down everything he says. So you can look forward to that coming in the future. That'll be Ross from podcastinsights.com. Lovely guy. I love Ross. And that's it. You got any questions? Hit me up on Twitter at doyouevenblog or email me, Pete at doyouevenblog.com. And I look forward to hearing any questions you guys got. Thanks, everybody.